Muy humilde la pobreza, recuerdo tristezas, esa cabeza.
¿Quién?
Aquí sigo tirando
¿Quién es?
lo grande de esperar. Todos le tiramos, pero no cualquiera llega. Que me ven siempre vestido en rojas negras. Critican mi estilo, pero nadie se me acerca. Dicen que porque soy mal educado, mal hablado, criticado. Pues a mí nadie me ha criado, gafas negras, marihuana.
Los del puerto.
Por si me ven.
It's that tuna shit.
Whole lot of clica shit.
Por si me ven, ustedes no podrán saber. Manden un perfil bajo sin tanto ruido hacer.
Yo nací en LA y págales con me modé. Desde los 9 años por la perla tapateando.
Yo nunca me dejé. Recuerdo en la primaria huevo aprendí a hablar inglés. Sé que lo ocuparé.
Negra del Zapopan listo para llamar obtener. Me metí al negocio con mi jefe y el conecte estuvo al 100.
Y empecé por todas las naciones, todavía están saliendo clientes. Le di gracias a Dios que la empresa marchaba muy bien.
Por el trabajo y sacrificio aquí me encuentro muy bien y aquí sigo y seguiré. A los que conocen el rollo, a los de compa Alexis, los del puerto, herencia de patrones. No negaré, mi chamba no es pa' cada quien. Mi ciclo sigue y si te metes te perforaré. Me doy vacaciones, con mi chula me han de ver. Cuando hay chance me lanzo a la manzana 916.
Siempre vestido bien, en files con mis primos veces no me encontraré. Comiéndome un bistec, recorriendo Zacatecas cuando no era nada que hacer. En mi pueblo de la sierra justo la pasaré.
Y empecé por todas las naciones, por trabajadores, saliendo metas, le doy gracias a Dios porque la empresa marchaba muy bien.
Le dije la verdad, le digo, no te digo que te pido. It's okay, everybody's suffering. We're recording live, everywhere. Hey, what's going on, Rocío López? Mario, te está mandando saludos Martín Alvarado.
Martín, ¿cómo estás? Martín Alvarado, ¿cómo estás, hermano? Ya debe ser un tiro, a ver qué día te caes para acá, hacer una cervecita.
Sí, bueno, sí, probando micrófono 1, 2, 3. Hola, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas tardes, raza. Sorry, Dad.
Eso fue. Primero que nada, yo quería mandar saludos a la familia, a toda la familia que se está reportando ya con nosotros, a mis hermanas, mis hermanos, a toda la familia que son familiares y a los que son amigos también que me siguen. Bienvenidos todos ustedes. Espero que vamos a pasar por este rato, vamos a platicar.
That's right, Dad. Muy buenas tardes a mi gente. Saludazos. Saludos a mis tías, a mis tíos, a todos mis amigos que nos siguen a través de Facebook, Instagram. Nos están viendo ahorita en vivo en YouTube. Saludazos en particular a mi tía Jovita que nos está escuchando ahorita. Un saludazo, un chingo de cariño y toda la energía del mundo.
Mucho amor para mi hermanita.
Mucho, pero mucho.
Mucho amor.
Ay, Apa,
Dígame.
I want to thank you for allowing me to be here another day with you, another beautiful Sunday. Para toda la gente que no nos conoce, nosotros somos romanos católicos apostólicos.
Sí, Señor, así es y será por los siglos de los siglos.
Amén. Y queremos darle las gracias a Dios en este domingo por habernos dado otra oportunidad de estar aquí. We would like to give thanks to our Heavenly Father, God, for giving us another opportunity to be here on this beautiful Sunday. And thank you for allowing this to be another great day.
No problem, you're welcome. Ya sabes, aquí estamos, donde hay mexicano, ahí estamos.
Ahí estamos. So, how's your week?
My week was pretty good working. I'm working at the car at the Mustang, so
Yeah?
I keep very busy. And between, babysit my little granddaughter. Other than that, I stay busy. I stay busy doing things that I like, enjoying my life. And this weekend over yesterday we went to one of my daughter's birthday, so it was pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, Maggie.
Carne asada.
You know what? Right now, Maggie, I just want to say thank you for allowing me into your house. You didn't have to hide your keys. You didn't have to hide the cars. And you allowed me to be there. So a big shout out. A big shout out to all my people out there in Long Beach that are just having a good time today. But happy birthday to my baby sister. I love you.
What a difference in the world nowadays. Like you say, we don't have to hire the keys for the cars or whatever money is in the desk or in the kitchen, whatever. Everything is normal, back to normal. Hope it stays that way.
One day at a time, Dad. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that it feels good when I walk into a place and you don't have to hide the keys and you don't have to be stressed out or planning on my visit. Instead of taking, I'm giving. And it just goes to show to prove that recovery is possible. It takes the whole. It takes it. Does, but you know what? In my experience, en mi experiencia, se ocupa la familia porque se daña la familia.
¿Es soporte?
O sea, el soporte, yo creo que esta vez el soporte de tuyo y de mi mamá y de mis hermanas es la diferencia.
La dedicación,
la
el tiempo,
el tiempo, todo cuesta.
Los viajecitos a West LA.
Yeah.
Los breakfast together, todas las historias. Me recuerdo los principios que llevábamos comida, que no podíamos salir afuera. So, ahí va Mariolino, ¿no? Experto en la cocina, experto en promociones y qué sé yo.
Puro camarón, 24/7.
Llevamos
That's all we talk about.
el ceviche para camarones, ceviche de pescado. Ahí vamos en una iceberg, en una hielera.
Sí.
Llevamos comida aquí al chavalón ahí a los vets.
Saludos. I want to send a shout out to all my veteran brothers out there at the West Los Angeles VA that are out there in recovery. To all the people that are out there that are living a negative lifestyle. It don't matter. Like, change is possible. Hope is in your heart. Encouragement is in what you see. Never give up on yourself because it's ultimately your decision to make a life-changing choice or decision. I made it, and if I can do it, you can do it. Big shout out to my veteran brothers, in particular the Marine Corps veterans.
Yes.
Arr.
Yes, sir. Sí, señor. Cuéntame qué se oye en cuestiones de la enfermedad, la epidemia. ¿Cómo anda ya? ¿Se calmó un poquito o sigue?
So the pandemic, we still wear masks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we're not scared.
When you go to Venice Beach, like almost every weekend you used to go, you still go there.
Yeah.
A lot of people's wearing masks, but no more.
No.
Yeah, not so much, right?
Not so much in Santa Monica, Venice Beach. A lot of people over there, they don't. You know what? That's one of the things that I trip out about, like not to talk. I'm low income anyways. I'm low income myself, but in the low income communities, it's almost like it's fear based and it's almost a business. Because when you go to those Santa Monica, Bixby Knolls, you go to these middle class, even like well off communities. They're not scared. They're living the life in the present moment. They're not worried about the past. They're not worried about the future. They're literally living in the present moment and they're happy.
You have to make the best of what you can and what you have. I personally, right now, ayer en el party de mi hija, estaba yo comentando con unas muchachas que estaban ahí invitadas. Y me estaban...
Las primas de Ramiro,
me
¿no?
estaban comentando de que las noticias ahorita en realidad no hayas a qué lado ir, qué lado escuchar o a qué lado son reales, porque la mayoría de las noticias dice, ahorita es casi increíble encontrar un recurso donde haya noticias firmes, pues que sean real. Las demás noticias dicen que francamente no hay credibilidad. Ningún canal en realidad de los de nombre, ¿ok? Estamos hablando CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC. Todos los canales tienen problemas de credibilidad.
Right.
Porque han seguido una ética de información que no es real. Solo la gente ya no les dan a tole con el dedo, dice, nomás, ¿entiendes?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You have to really be careful what you're listening to, what you're watching, especially the children. The kids nowadays, they watch something. I almost believe I mean, it's crazy what I'm watching. You really have to, como digo mi mamá, lo único que hacen los niños cuando no los están cuidando son puras chingaderas.
Sí, como madre, si padre de dinero, no sé.
You have to really be on top of yourself. You have to be te tiene que cuidar los niños porque si no, no se van a cuidar.
Exactamente. El trabajo de los niños es pequeño, ¿verdad?
Yeah. I want to send a shout out to if you're out there, thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for knowing that. Thank you for letting me know that I'm a human being too. And that go ahead and hit refresh. You know the circle on the left hand side. I sort of one of these days we're gonna have a Facebook chat for everybody. So yeah. Go down right there. Go down. Yeah. It don't work right now. Anyways, yeah, information. I also want to send a shout out to if you guys haven't or you haven't met him yet, his name is Mr. Shad Mishad. Shad Mishad is the COO founder and pioneer of the National Veterans Foundation. And what this man has done is he's allowed me to believe in myself. He's taught me how to harness my energy and how to control myself and how to really be myself, authentic and genuine. Dad, like,
can you break it down? This man he served this country also? He was a
so
Marine?
Shad Mishad is an Army veteran. He was in Vietnam. He was a captain in Vietnam. He wrote lots of books. He
Es oficial de carrera.
He's more than official. He started the first 100 veteran resource centers, vet centers across the nation.
Okay.
He came from Vietnam and transformed the VA that's the VA now.
Right.
It was an army base before.
Even what experience that he has from Vietnam, they said that when they went to Vietnam and came back over here, it was nasty. They didn't welcome these people very good.
They did, and it was a very unfamous war.
It's probably a good story to tell, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? He has a lot of experience with homelessness and mental health. As a matter of fact, he has a doctor. He knows about it. His ultimate battle is the home starts. The battle should not be when you come back home. You know, a lot of people, they come home and they have a bigger battle to deal with.
A big problem.
Yeah, and so that there's a lot of mental health, a lot of drug addiction. There's a lot of like homelessness going on there. There's a lot of stigma that goes along with it, and so I feel like
it should not be that way. You know what I mean? It should be a lot better than just come home more than welcome. You know what I mean? Because sacrifice. How many people goes to sacrifice their life? You know, their kids. You know, they leave their kids here, and when they come back, some people don't come back. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize that.
You know. Yeah, they don't. You have to be ready and prepared for coming home right after being active duty in the military. In the military, I don't know if I told you, but I perfected my drinking in the Marine Corps, and that's nothing wrong. It's the culture.
Yeah, well,
because they need. It's just part of the culture.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't prepare you for civilian life. You know, it's like you work for 30 years in somewhere for a large company, a very successful and famous company. You dealt with a lot of stress. You dealt with a lot of people, a lot of, and you all of a sudden you come home to nothing.
Yeah.
You come home to
basically it's empty.
And so, you know, I was raised by Italians too, and the most important part to overcome that challenge is addressing that issue head on. You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna have that empty hole in your heart. I'm a firm believer that one day you'll be able to heal from that, and I'm working hard. And I believe God put me in this position to be able to bring peace into everybody's life. One day, one of these days, I want to send a shout out to a very important person to me. If you listen to me, I told you I'm gonna be working on this. And I'm not gonna rest until it happens. And we're gonna have peace to my big brother. You know you're out there listening to. I'm not gonna say your name, and I'm not gonna mention the company because I think it's a real man shouldn't mention names. We're just gonna keep it as it is in the background, and hopefully we'll come to terms. Until then, shout out to Tommy. She's listening to us right now. She's sending us a shout out. She's one of my heavy sponsors out there. I know that she was sick out there. Let me see if I can get her on the phone right now. We're gonna put her right here on the phone right now.
Okie dokie. See if she answers the phone. ¿Español o inglés?
Tommy! How are you, my dear friend? I'm so happy to hear your voice, and I'm so happy that you answered the phone, man. You're here live on the radio with my dad. Is that okay? I just want to let you know that every time I get a message from you, you makes me smile because you're a part of my healthy lifestyle in the background when I was good, and now that I'm healthy and sober again, you don't forget about me.
Of course not.
So, what have you been up to?
Just recovery there.
Wow. I was telling my dad a little bit about a background, a little bit about you, and how you had experienced some special things in your life, and how even though you've gone through some rough things or some special experiences in your life, you still continue to practice a healthy lifestyle, and like you're still clean and sober. You know, like my dad really just commends you for that. Say hi, Dad.
Hello, how are you?
You remember Tommy?
Yeah.
Buenas tardes, señor.
Buenas tardes, señorita. ¿Cómo está usted? How are you? Doing good?
What? I didn't hear your question.
How are you? How are you doing?
How
I'm
are?
hanging in there.
So, is it okay if I say a little bit about your story?
Now go right ahead.
All right. So for anybody that's out there listening to us right now, you're listening to us live from Radio La Mexicanísima. We're inside the interior part of El Rincón Chico Cantina and Grill, and we're talking live with Tommy. And Tommy was it a stroke?
3 strokes
Tommy had 3 strokes,
Wow.
and a coma.
and she was in a coma for how long?
About 6 months.
She was in a coma
6 months.
for 4 to 6 months, Dad.
It's a miracle.
I'm just happy to be a witness in the miracle of your life right now. Thank you for being so honest. It makes me feel like the stuff that I go through isn't shit. How do you do it? How do you continue to be happy after the outcome and the consequences and the side effects of the coma and the strokes? Like, how do you continue to be optimistic and happy, Tommy?
Because I was brought back from the coma, and that's by the grace of God only.
Wow. You know,
Absolutely. God is good. He doesn't work on my time. Everything happens in God's time.
That's so true.
And I'm okay with that because it is the right time.
damn, Tommy. Like, I can't explain. I really, like, right now I'm overwhelmed with emotions and feelings, and I'm real grateful.
and I'm thankful that you're actually willing to share your experience right now with me and my father, because
You're welcome.
because we really like, honestly, I'm a human being, and I forget sometimes that I am a success and I am a miracle as well, and I take it for granted sometimes. And my health is one of the things that I sometimes forget about. And like being with my father and him and his good health and everything that he's gone through, like we're really lucky and fortunate. But at the end of the day, like, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry that I have not been the best friend. I'm sorry that I have not gone out of my way to go visit you. I'm sorry that.
No, don't be sorry. I understand you have a life. It's okay.
But I will make it a point, especially after this phone call, because you're touching my heart. I will make it a point to go visit you at one point, and maybe my father can be a partner with me in that, because I want to spend time with him as well. And I just want to go visit you and do an act of goodwill on my behalf, because you know I got special love for you, Tommy. You were there for me at my lowest.
I know, of course, Mario.
And
I love you, bro.
I love you too, from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for answering the phone call. David has been.
Of course, always.
David has been calling me and begging me for me to go over there, and I'm sorry I have not been able to. I'm still in the program, and as soon as I get out, I've been there for more than 6 months. As soon as I get out, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I never forget the words that you tell me. I've never forgotten the walks that we've gone to. I've never forgotten the moments that we were in the apartment and you were just there with me in the moment of like clarity for me. We bent and we were talking and we were kneeling and we were talking to God. Thank you so much for being there for me. I haven't forgotten. You're a special person in my life. I will be there. I'm not just saying that just because I'm trying to do this bullshit ass show, but I'm there because I love the human experience and the connection that I have with you.
Okay, well, then keep your word. That's as basic as you can be. It's just keep your word, bro.
I will. I promise, Tommy. I'll make it a point to see you soon. Okay? I'll text and I message you for when that happens. Okay? I love you.
Okay, yeah, connect with David.
I will. Thank you so much for being awesome. And you look beautiful like always. Okay? I love you. You have a great day, Tommy.
Oh. All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye, love you.
Love you too.
Thank you,
Bye.
bye. Ahora continuamos. Oye,
Wow.
qué bonita plática, mano, de esta señora. En realidad fue uno de tus pilares de soporte que agarraste al principio.
You remember?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy how, like, despite, you know, that's a perfect example of how to deal with problems. When you have a problem, like, a lot of times people, you know, not everybody's a drug addict. People turn to sex, people turn to gambling, people turn to drugs, trabajo, mujeriego, but never to the solution sometimes. And there's people that do turn to the solution. You're one of those people.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy that she answered the phone then, and that you know that I'm not a liar, and that you know that we're dealing with real issues. And Tommy, she was a good person. What do you think we go visit her? She's ready to go visit.
Yeah, maybe next week.
You want to go visit her next weekend,
next
maybe?
week on Saturday, if we do
Yeah.
temprano.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you know, that's the type of people we need to visit. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's an act of goodwill, good faith.
Yeah.
And I've done more for less.
Yeah.
I just thank you, Tommy, for being a part of my life. Thank you so much.
And thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to us. Yeah, Radio La Mexicanísima. Wow, I don't even know what to do. This just.
En el momento que llegan estas pláticas, obviamente, you know, el sistema de energía del ser humano como que se aplatana un poquito, ¿me entiendes? Pero no hay que dejarnos caer. Sigue, la vida continúa y vamos a echarle ganas ahora a nuestra siguiente práctica. Quiero yo que de qué manera, por ejemplo, una persona puede combatir la famosa, la envidia.
La envidia.
La envidia, ¿cómo se puede combatir? ¿De qué manera sin lastimar, pues, a segundas personas? Pero de que existe, existe.
So today's topic of the day is envy.
Yeah.
So the first thing we got to do is we got to educate ourselves, okay?
A little bit, claro.
What is the definition of envy? Okay? So let's look it up. Have you ever had envy? Envidia?
Asumo, soy un ser humano, comete errores, yo pienso que sí.
I've had envy. I've been envious before.
Yeah.
So the definition for envy is to
La definición de envidia para la gente que no sabe es.
yeah, we're looking at it right now. Google's really slow.
Okay.
Envy, you know, also because I have the best education in the world. Envy. Envy. A feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or love. Desire to have a quality, possession, or other desirable attributes belonging to someone else. So
Encierra todo. Si tienes una novia bonita, las personas son celosas porque tienes novia, tienen envidia de que no es, la novia no es igual que la tuya.
So envy es un sentimiento, es una emoción. It's an emotion, it's a feeling. So it's not like it's un cáncer. It's negative. It's an emotion. It's almost like envy, jealousy, happiness. Okay, so es un sentimiento. La envidia. Es un pensamiento. So you need to know why you're envious. For me, so now I'm explaining to you how I would combat envy, right? So
That's the question.
why am I envious? Because I don't have something. How do I feel? Because I'm envious, sad, or angry.
Upset.
If you're upset, it's because you're hurt. Why are you hurt? Because I failed to provide a want. It's not a necessity, it's a want, a desire. So I desire another man's wife. I'm envious because he has something I don't have. I'm mad because I failed because I can't get that. I can't, you know what? I don't know how to love someone. You know what? I don't know how to love myself. So the problem is envy is the problem from within. Okay? So how do I fix that? I gotta learn how to love myself. So when I love myself, I value myself. When I value myself, I get to value the things and people, places, and things around me. If I value myself, then I love myself, then I'm able to value you. Then I'm able to value, and then I'm able to give you the love. Because everybody has love inside of them. Okay? If you're listening, I don't care if you're standing in the room, getting ready to kill yourself, don't. Pick up the phone, call your mom, call 911, save yourself, okay? But everybody has the capacity to love yourself. You just have to be willing to take that step. Once you love yourself, then you're able to share the love. Once you share the love, you're able to display and show affection. Hey, Dad, you know what? I love you. I miss you.
¿Qué te iba a decir, pero para descubrir y cómo darte amor a ti mismo?
So you need to go back to basics. So you need to accept that you need to be living in the truth, Dad. You need to accept the fact, hey, when I was growing up, there was a lot of problems. And my dad, he did the best that he could, but he was there, but he wasn't there. I'm not talking about you.
No, I understand.
You were there, you weren't there. We worked together. I'm like you. Look, we're both on the camera.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if that's an issue, and you find yourself, you gotta know who the enemy is. What's the enemy here? Envy. So let's shoot the enemy down. In order to shoot a weapon, for example, you need to focus on the target. You need to focus on the front sight tip of the weapon. Then you need to breathe. Then you need to milk it. And then that's what you gotta do with your emotions and your feelings. You need to go talk to a psychologist. You need to go talk to him about how you're feeling. and then you need to practice and be mindful, do some meditation so you can learn how to catch your emotions and your feelings. So when you execute, you can be effective in the behavior. So then when you're envious, you slow down, you realize why you're envious, and then you change that from being angry to applying an effective skill to be able to move forward and overcome that. It's called a defective character.
Expressing.
Now instead of being envious, you're just
expressing more love.
You're happy.
Sharing.
You're sharing. You're sharing. So the solution is hanging out with you and sharing and having an emotion connection, sharing ideas and thoughts. Because those things are free.
Yeah.
My ideas and my thoughts, I generate those things and it's free.
So would you recommend that for people that has that type of problem to share your problems with someone who can understand a little bit and help you and guide you?
That's why you're absolutely correct. It's a good idea, but in order to share something, you must have trust. And you gotta have patience, and you gotta allow yourself to be vulnerable. You're getting it. You need to be those are the three magic chords, so that you can be, and you need to tune them like a guitar, nice, so that when you strike the golden chords of, you're in harmony with the universe and yourself and your line. So when you find somebody you can trust, for Catholics, you can trust. It was hard at one point, because the stupid Catholics were touching people. But it's no longer that way no more. Okay? That's the truth. Yeah. You find a priest. If not, you find a sponsor. If not, you trust somebody that you can confide in. A sister, a cousin, your mom, your dad that understands. Somebody that's been through the same thing that you've gone through and that's overcome it. And you can be like, hey, you know what? I have something that I need to share with you. Sharing, remember? Because it's bothering me inside. What's the problem? Oh man, I'm having these ideas that every time I see something, I get mad and upset because I want it. What is it? It's a car with shiny rims. But really, is it a car? Or is it that you want something nice for yourself and you just can't save money
enough to buy it?
Okay, why can't you save money? Because I can't stay there a lot. Why? Because I have problems. I start drinking. Why? Okay, I know this deep. It's deep. It's not just, oh, fucking Mario's going off the walls again, crazy and drunk and screaming again. There's something going on. He needs attention to sit him down.
Yeah.
But anyways, in my experience, the way I was able to overcome the feeling and the emotion of envy is I had to go to a treatment facility and treat my symptoms of envy. I had to treat those things, practice, and learn new skills, because I was shortcutting all those skills and going straight to the pleasure.
Yeah. No, that's important. Okay. ¿Tú has sido celoso en alguna ocasión? ¿Te ha provocado celos gravísimos, como esos celos que matan a veces?
Jealousy? Dude, I'm Mexican.
Okay.
So,
what that means?
What that means is
Mexicans are very celosos, muy celosos.
We love novelas.
Oh, okay.
So in the novelas, I love being jealous. I don't know why. I'm addicted to jealousy. As a matter of fact, my last girlfriend dumped me for being jealous.
Uh-oh.
She was like, not even 3 seconds. She was like, 1, 2, 3 strikes, I was gone. Jealousy. There's something going on with jealousy, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now why I'm jealous. You know why I'm jealous then? Because I'm insecure. Because I have inferior complex. Because I feel somebody else is better than me and they can steal and they get her attention, and now I'm scared. I'm scared.
But you know, mucha gente oye la palabra celos and they think it's something that doesn't exist or is something lightweight. No, it's got a lot of problems.
When somebody
people
says
can kill somebody for jealous, you know?
Other countries went to war behind jealousy.
What do you mean?
In la Biblia, it's a perfect example of one country invading another country because one guy took another woman's wife. Cleopatra.
That's in Egypt.
Yeah. And back in the days, jealousy is a feeling
that has to do with self.
Self o con poder,
Control,
control,
power,
power, disadvantages.
maybe manipulation.
Yeah.
They call it narcissist.
Sí, esa es otra palabra.
This is a sickness.
It's a sickness, yeah.
It's narcissism. Look it up. Look. Let's look it up.
Estamos platicando con Mario.
Definition of narcissism. Definition of narcissism.
Here's the definition of narcissism: excessive interest in or admiration of oneself and one's physical appearance.
It's simple. It is not that
It's conceited.
Yeah.
Too much. You're a narcissist. This one, everything's about you. Like, I'm trying to talk to you right now, right? And I'm just like being a narcissist. Like, yeah, well, really, what's important to me is that this and that and blah, blah, blah. Psychology is a selfishness involving a sense of entitlement. A lot of times it's machismo, borderline narcissism, But at the end of the day, if you want to be a real human being and you want to be honest with me, you want me to be honest with you, it's because I was jealous because I was afraid. I was afraid of the next man.
It's inseguridad.
Yeah. And that's been happening since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it happened because just something happened. But I'm healed.
¿Y cómo se llama, por ejemplo, en una relación?
What do you mean?
En una relación entre hombre y mujer, en donde el clásico machismo siempre rifa, ¿no? Dice, si no vas a ser para mí, no vas a ser para nadie, cabrón. ¿Cómo se llama eso?
That's psychotic. Violence. That's domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
Yeah, like, you know what a breakup is? A perfect example to see where the man is mentally. Because when you break up with somebody,
you end up with a broken heart.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
You don't commit suicide. You don't call the girl 1,000 times and say something crazy. You don't say, you know what, you're going to be with me or nobody else, or else I'm going to kill you or I'm going to kill myself, just to try to control the situation.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
No, man, like, you're supposed to be like this. This is what I had to do. I had to say, you know what? I respect your opinion. I understand. And I'm going to give you your space.
Even though the inside you were dying.
Even though the inside I was dying. I was dying, Dad.
Yeah, no, but that's the right way. And it's good, because a lot of people need to understand that.
And now, like, I feel so much better. You know why? Because there wasn't toxic behavior. And I'm getting along so much better with all my loved ones. And at the end of the day, like, you can only count on family. And you need that person to talk to and express your feelings. That's why I like the radio show right now that I'm having with you. Like,
you know what? Talking about the radio, this el jueves, Thursday or Friday, hay un señor que tiene un podcast como nosotros.
Yeah.
Se llama Rogan. Es un señor pelón.
Right.
Americano.
Yeah.
I think he's based in New York or Arizona. He moved from California because he was too much taxes and all that stuff. So he moved his company to Arizona or to Texas. Over 100 employees in his company, advertising agency, production, all that stuff, ready?
Right.
So somehow he got sick of COVID.
Really?
Yeah. So he has a personal doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this personal doctor le recetó un medicamento que se llama ivermectin.
¿Ivermectin?
Yeah. Es un medicamento que está usando ahorita en la India, en un estado de India, de Asia. Es un estado que tiene más de 80 millones de habitantes. India hace 3-4 meses era el país más infestado de COVID. Ahora, en ese estado, el 95% de las personas están curadas con ese medicamento. Ivermectin. Y entonces en la semana Rogan, como suerte de accidente, no sé cómo le hizo, se conectó con el doctor de CNN, Dr. Gucci.
Right.
Y se le da que es muy científico y que es doctor, pues he's always talking about medicine, what's good for you, what's not good for you.
Right.
So he's facing like you and I right now, Rogan versus el doctor. Dice, señor, ¿por qué CNN está mintiendo? ¿Por qué es mentiroso? Salieron todos sus hosts del show dijeron, en el lapso de 5 horas, todos hicieron la misma historia. You know how they do, they run the news, right?
Yeah.
X dijo, todos hicieron su forma de chutearon su noticia, que esta medicina Ivermectin está clasificada para deworm animals.
Oh.
So, Mr. Lemons and todos los hostes, Chris and all de CNN, Rogan está tomando Ivermectin, que tiene parásitos en su estómago, tiene lombrices. Y ustedes corriendo con la noticia mundialmente declarando que yo estaba tomando medicina para los gusanos, dice, de mi cuerpo. ¿Y por qué están mintiendo? Dice, ¿por qué están diciendo mentiras? Entonces el doctor reconoció, dijo que no, CNN no tenía por qué haber dicho esa clase de noticia.
Right.
Porque es un medicamento que está funcionando. Sea para deworm humans o por animals, but now it's working for COVID. Está comprobado.
Oh, it's killing the virus?
Sí, it's killing the virus.
You know, it's funny you say that. I've been drinking a lot of kombucha.
Yeah?
And kombucha tiene that stuff inside of your stomach, probiotics, for the not deworming, but to like balance out the stuff in your stomach.
But believe it or not, this stuff is amazing what it's doing, and especially in that country. Save the whole country. 95% of the people is cured.
Wow.
Free of COVID.
Wow. Joe Rogan has a good podcast.
So anyways, I just told this to you. They recognize, actually, that doctor recognized that CNN was lying through. But the thing is that the only one reason that they're lying, they either want to keep people ignorant,
right,
or they want to let the people die. One of the two. There's no other answer. They'd rather see people dying than they'd rather be people cured. I don't understand.
It's a business.
If it's for horses or if it's for cows, what the hell is the difference if I can save my life?
Yeah, right. It's a business, man.
Wow.
It's horrible. Like we're living in crazy times.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
What else? Oh yeah. Before we go, I want to talk about
Hay la persona que esté preguntando lo que sea a través del medicamento médico Ivermectin, búsquenlo, google y búsquenlo, se van a dar cuenta que estamos hablando de algo real.
Yeah.
Algo real, es algo que pasó en noticias nacionales, mundiales, así que ahí está para que se pongan a estudiar.
So, the last topic here, you ever hear the term the birds and the bees?
This morning or yesterday, you made a comment on that, but I don't know what was the reason for it.
So, you see what I'm saying? Why in the Hispanic culture, why do we never talk about sex? Why? Growing up as a kid, did your dad sit you down to the side and talk to you about sex?
No such thing.
So what do you mean no such thing? Can you move the mouse? We lost it.
Yeah, no such thing.
Hit the, yeah. That's what happens.
No such thing. En realidad nosotros no se hablaba de sexo, pues ese era un tabú. Ese no.
Taboo.
Ya no se podía hablar de sexo.
You know, so I wanna. The reason I'm asking you is because, Dad.
Let me get this out of here. Yeah, go ahead.
No, don't even touch that.
Okay.
Just
leave it.
Yeah, just go back to the radio. Let's go back to.
No, it doesn't pop it out. Look at.
That's why we need to have a session on Facebook. I want to know why you never sat me down and talked to me about sex.
Okay,
Tell me,
a
tell me.
simple answer is that
You know what? No.
they never give me that opportunity to meet.
What do you mean? I was your son.
My father, my mother, they never talk about sex.
I know, but I'm talking about, okay, so how did you find out about sex as a kid?
Oh, that's, I think sex comes with con de naturaleza.
I'm not, okay.
I mean,
how did you know about sex?
Okay, cuando yo empieza uno a crecer y te empieza a llamar la atención una muchachita, una qué sé yo, bla, 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 y que empiezas a mirar y then you empiezas a escribir. That's how I got it, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
A mí nada me dijo, hey, son, mira, fulanita, está bueno que te cases con ella para que tengas relaciones.
That's not even right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, look, she looks good. You should marry her. Yeah. Don't just no. I want to know, Dad. If nobody sat you down and talked to you about sex when you were a kid, how did you learn?
How do I learn about sex?
How did you learn about sex?
Okay, I told you already how I learned about myself.
What do you mean? Like,
I learned together, you look for a girl and blah, blah, blah.
But you had to know before that there was something.
Like I say,
movies,
el ser humano,
listening.
El ser humano mira. I think most important is listening and mirando. Not so much in the movies back in those days, really, I told you, I think we talked about this before, but to me, sex, when I used to see cuatro pies juntos en la final de la cama.
Right.
That to me, I noticed that, there was something going on in between a man and a woman en la cama. Cuatro pies juntos, destapados al final de la cama.
Look, this is how I found out about sex. I remember going to bed in the evenings, and I was like 12 years old, and it sounded like my mom was getting strangled.
Uh-oh. This is personal. This is personal now.
And I was like, oh my, like I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I would put my head in the pillow.
Thinking, la está matando.
Sometimes I would cry.
Yeah. I'm sorry for that, dude.
No.
What about me? Do I used to make a lot of noise?
No, you made no noise.
Yeah, you're quiet. You know what? Now that you're making those comments, it make a lot of sense. I personally, I'm a quiet person in the house, because the kids, whatever, I really, I really, in that respect, I guard myself not making too much noise. But when I'm with somebody that if I'm dating some girl,
right.
and I'm ready to shoot my bullets,
yeah,
then I go crazy. I make a lot of noise.
Oh yeah.
But in my house, no.
Right, because of the respect.
The respect,
the
neighbors. Nomás no se da. It doesn't,
Right.
And those are the two different things. I don't know why. I don't know how to give you the answer. I don't know why that happens to me, but in the house, I'm really mellow, quiet, no hago mucho ruido. Otro hay gente que no importa, en la casa o en el hotel o en el carro, crazy, they make a lot of noise. They're getting killed, they're getting stabbed or whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting strangled. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, but
it is scary at the same time, but it's also, that's how I felt. I felt like it was scary, but at the same time I knew. So then, as time went on, like I knew something, but I mean, all I knew was that then one time I hit puberty, and then one time I was just rubbing myself one day normal until one day something happened, and I almost fainted. I was like, oh my God.
It's possible that in my true life, the same thing.
And then in school, when I went to high school.
That's not everything.
No, junior high. In junior high, they gave us a sex education class. And they showed us gay. this is the testicles, and this is the penis, and this is the thing, and then the
baby.
testicles makes the sperm,
and
then the arousal, and it gets harder than the blood, and then when you get there's an attraction to a woman, and then they have the female part and the different parts and the ovaries, and then you get it and you put it in and you stick it in and you ejaculate, and then you shoot the bullets, and it goes inside, and then it goes up the thing, and then it goes into the ovaries, and then boom, the fastest.
That's what, like an junior high school, 8 grado.
Yeah. But what I'm saying
It's a
is,
little too young, no?
I don't know.
Now they're doing it really young. Too.
What I'm saying is, let's have the birds and the bees. Let's have a conversation. So the birds, el pájaro y la oveja. Hay que hablar del pájaro y la oveja. La oveja tiene palo y el pájaro no tiene nada. So when you have the conversation, you try to use those two metaphors as, hey, you have a bird and you have a bee, and then the bee comes in and he sticks the stinger into the bird, and then after that he poisons the bee, and the bird ends up getting pregnant. So, Dad, can you tell me about sex? You see what I'm saying? It still won't happen.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
We need to get over this.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not too.
That's the problem. That as a culture, we haven't. It's a good secret. We find out the hard way. But I think if we were to sit down and have an honest conversation with for example, with my son, I tell my son, you better wear a condom. I don't care, and she better get on protection, because I know you're having sex. I know you're having sex. I wasn't there to tell you. I tell my daughter, you better put on protection so that you can go to college and get an education, because nobody told me.
Yeah.
Do it. Get on protection. How does sex work? Look, I tell them all the time. I go, first the penis gets hard, and then the vagina gets wet, and then all of a sudden you guys want to get together, and then you guys want to do it all forever. Don't do that. And then they start telling me, come on, Dad, stop. Come on, we don't want to hear it. But you know what, Dad? I can't take that risk.
Yeah. No, you know, I don't know if I told you this before. En la Iglesia Católica, back in those days, cada año, cierta Semana Santa, dan misiones. Priest from a different state comes. Ese priest is wide open. He talks ahorita como estás tú hablando.
Right.
I remember one time en la cierta clase, el viernes en la noche, la última plática de sexo, es donde el padre abre exactamente y dice, señores, señoras, el sexo es algo muy especial, es algo privado, es algo que tiene que relacionar con que viene pues la producción del ser humano. Ahí dice, eso tiene que ser manejado delicado y se tiene que hacer por la manera correcta y por el lado directo. Dice, no esos hombres que llegan bien borrachos a la casa, bien bravos, y que te ponte vieja y ahora te voy a ir por el lado contrario.
Agárrese porque ahí viene.
Sí, y él te va por el lado contrario y luego después mete por el lado contrario y luego le sacan y ahora por el frente y si no te...
¡Gol para Marilino!
¿Tienes idea? Dice el daño que están haciendo ahí, la bacteria que están introduciendo. ¿Me entiendes? Esas eran pláticas serias, ¿me entiendes? Pero como digo, eran ya como las 9 de la noche, todo el mundo estaba dormido y eran solamente adultos ahí en esas misiones. En una iglesia que dice el cura, ojalá que no me esté grabando aquí el cura del párroco de esta iglesia, dice, porque lo me corre, pero es la cura le dice, sí, señorita, si su novio le pide una prueba de amor, ya ve que los hombres son carajos, dice, por favor, pues dices que me quieres mucho, dice, pues dame una pinche probadita, dice, sí, que me lo taste, está terco. Y dice, no, pues no, ya le está agarrando la mano y le está haciendo cosquillita. Dice, nomás, un poquito, que la puntita nomás, qué sé yo. Dice, don't do it. El priest dice, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Use protection.
Si toca la puerta, dice, y usted está lista y le da entrada poquito a esa cosa, usted va a querer que entre ella y usted se va a arrimar más. Dice, y se va a hacer.
My God, Dad.
Ese es el peligro de abrir las piernas.
You heard it live and direct. El peligro es dar las nalgas.
No, abrir las piernas es la misma.
You gotta keep your legs
De
closed.
la manera que lo quieran ver y describir es la misma.
Keep your legs closed so that you don't ruin your life.
Yes, correcto.
Before marriage. I mean, so many times you get pregnant.
Para que al rato van diciendo que las mujeres tienen derechos.
Look, listen. If your relationship is based on sexual attraction, it's not gonna work. It's gotta be values, principles, goals. There's gotta be something in common. You can't just be sexual attraction. You get pregnant, all of a sudden you're gonna be married for 50 years.
Yeah, no.
It's not gonna work.
So,
Ask anybody.
all right, how are we doing?
I just want to leave the show by saying, Dad, I sure wish you would have talked to me about the birds and the bees. I'm happy that we're having a conversation now. It's never too late. I'm happy and I'm glad that we're able to have this platform so that we can do some healing. Thank you.
Ok,
Thank
pues,
you.
pues muchas gracias que estás haciendo el esfuerzo de venir a compartir micrófonos aquí con tu papá. De hecho, bienvenido las veces que tú gustes, quieras, prográmate para desarrollar este espacio que tenemos y empezar a hacer más. Mínimo, maybe un par de días por semana.
Yeah, we could, bro. We got sponsors now.
Yeah, we got
sponsors.
We got to find some sponsors. And those of you out there who are listening to, we need help. If you want to, you have business and you want to announce your business on the radio station, welcome and be part of our project. And to that time, hey, hello, amiga, how are you? Hi.
How are you, Dad?
Very good. How about you?
Very good. Love to see you guys live.
Well, we are working hard. We almost wrapping it up, but welcome anytime. I miss you a couple weeks already.
I know. It's Mario's fault.
No. Hey, listen, we're here. I'm talking to my dad about sex, and how come he never talked to me about the birds and the bees? So I want to know. I'm asking, like, what does it mean, the birds and the bees? What are they talking about?
You really don't know the story?
No, my dad, my dad, I just asked him if he could talk to me about sex. He said no. What's the story?
Okay, I'm
Listen.
going to make it real easy for you. You know the kids you have?
Yeah.
That's a result of the birds and the bees.
No. We know that, but what's the metaphor?
The birds and the bees?
There is no metaphor, huh? It's just the same?
No. I mean, I could make something up.
No. We gotta look it up.
Flowers with their stinger, and birds stick their little noses in flowers to get their food.
No, it's more like the bee pokes the.
Well, think about it, like the bees and the birds like flowers, and the flowers like the vagina, and their nose and their stinger is like a penis. So they're putting that in to pollinate to make more flowers.
Oh.
Makes sense, yeah.
My dad never had that talk with me. Did your parents have that talk with you?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, it's kind of
I think a lot of people now just want the schools to do it.
Right.
But see, I don't know about the schools. Right now is a really rough time for schools to.
I don't know. They got protectors on their desk, but they don't. You know what I mean? Like they got the protectors on their desk, but they don't hand out condoms.
Maybe some schools do.
Yeah. So, what do you think so far, my dad? What do you think so far? The radio station me and my dad were putting together. It's coming along great, huh?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. Every weekend, I love it.
That's cool.
And I love that you two are doing it together.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to put things together, because somehow it's helping me a lot. And
It's magic.
yeah, it's helping me a lot because he comes and we dedicate time. We go eat breakfast. We spend time together, and really, when I was young, and I never spent that much time with my kids because I was working day and night.
Yeah.
That was the biggest mistake that I did because I wanted to be someone in my life. I was always working hard, day and night for what 36 years, almost 40, all my life working
Yeah.
hard. So it was hard. I confess I didn't dedicate the right amount of time with my kids or in my house.
He's gonna be clean right now.
So,
I mean.
but there was a reason for it. I wanted to be somebody in life for them. I want to show them that I was able to superate myself and show them a good morals, good examples. As a matter of fact, I remember when Mario was going first year in high school, I said, "So I'll look at you in the next 10 years in better position than I am because you're going to school right now." I dropped high school because I wanted to be in the DJ business. I went to Columbia School of Broadcasting because I choose to do that instead of do the high school. And I used to drive my ass all 3 days a week from Long Beach to Hollywood on Sunset to take my classes.
And some people
So
just
that's a
stay.
big sacrifice.
It
What I mean?
is. Some people just stay in the corner getting high all day. My dad's gangster.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Well, it's really beautiful what you're saying, and I think that's a really hard thing, especially for fathers in families, because there's so much pressure to provide, and I also understand wanting to be something. But look at the wonderful opportunity you guys have now. It's such a hard balance for parents.
Yeah, no, and not only that, look, I personally was taking things like I'm able to show them that one time, this guy was a very, very important man in the industry. And not only as a businessman, I'm a success business person. I'm not a people people can point me on a finger, but they point me in a way they say, look, that guy, he's good. He's done so much for so much, whatever, because I did it. It's not credit is due sometimes for the right people. The right people recognizes. Other people don't want to recognize it. We were talking about envy because they don't recognize because they just don't want to recognize. I told a guy yesterday, some people can see, but they just don't want to see. Period.
Well, on to something nicer. How about Bill Clinton came out of the hospital? That player. I wonder if whether Monica Lewinsky was there. Oh!
See, that's another thing about that's another thing that a lot of people discover things that they're not supposed to. For example, in Bill Clinton's era, the famous oral sex wasn't that popular back in those days. Or if it was, it wasn't that.
I learned about sex during Bill Clinton then.
Okay, well.
Also, Bill Clinton taught you about the birds and the bees.
Yeah. Thanks. That's what, finally after all these
But
years.
you know what? I mean, not only him. The Congress and the whole media made a circle of it.
The slush fund.
So what happens is they make
You didn't learn it by Bill Clinton. You definitely learned it by Donald Trump.
yeah.
He taught us a lot of lessons
Yeah, he did.
about the birds and the bees.
He was crazy, that
The
guy.
pigs and the queen.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I'm glad you answered the phone call. We were just checking in on you. I'm glad. I hope your motivation is better. Me and my dad are continuing to do this work and just showing him.
And spread the word. Spread the word to your buddies.
Yeah. Hope to see you next. Hope to hear from you next week. Okay, we're gonna have to let you go now.
Bye-bye.
Great job, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Gracias.
That's a great word.
Bye.
Gracias. All right. Amigos y amigas, hemos llegado al final de este programa. Espero que se haya divertido con nosotros. Yo soy Mario Lino. ¿Y usted?
And I am Magic Mario, aka El Solitario, aka El Hijo de Mariolino, aka the People's Champion.
Until next week, nos vemos, que se siga divirtiendo con nosotros. Nos dejamos con la música de Radio La Mexicanísima.
That's right. Bam.
Muy bien.
We're good. Oh yeah. Qué bonito es el amor con el corazón.
Saludazos, Roberto. Estamos escuchando, compita.
Qué bonito es el amor, amigo, déjame explicar. Como les voy a platicar. 20 tragos amargos, la lengua voy a soltar. Entra en mi mente y luego me dan ganas de pensar, hasta ganas de suspirar. Me vuelvo loco si voy a buscar. Últimamente he pensado en dejarla, pero aquí está. Mis amigos me dicen que vaya, también buena no la quiero yo dejar. No la puedo yo dejar, al chile no quiero ahorita quebrar. Sus labios me enamoran cada día más, adicto al sentimiento que ella me da.